Unfortunately, both Duffy and Strauss did hit dead ends in their investigation. At one point, the group was contacted by Emil. They had told him to meet at the house, and he was there to pick up their equipment. They told him to meet at the Safeway parking lot while they discussed some other items. Agent Agnes decided to sit down and look through the book, while the three others went to go meet Emil. When they arrived at the Safeway, they didn't find him there. They decided to drive to the house, and that's where they found Emil's Geo Metro parked in front. The group decided to go into the house to see if Emil was inside. Upon entering, they heard him in the master bedroom. But before they entered, Duffy heard the clank of metal against the ground, and he found a straight razor on the kitchen floor. The same straight razor now believed to have killed both Agent Rudsack and the previous owner of the house. Welcome back to the Dark Thoughts Podcast, Episode 9. We are the Chaos Engine. We got one more of these intros, and then you're going to know who we are by that, and we're not going to do them ever again. So get ready for that. Let's all introduce ourselves for the second to last time. I am your handler, Chris, and this time, why don't you go first? It doesn't need to be anybody.
I'm going first. Boom! I'm Cody. I play Eustace Finnegan, Acid Reflux. That's me.
I'm Tyler. Play Levi Stafford, a.k.a. Agent Strauss.
I'm Jake. I play Jim Duffy.
I'm Misha, and I play Agent Agnes.
I like that. The way we did it was like you're tightening the bolts on a wheel.
Yeah. We just learned that.
Yeah. You just learned that?
Well, fortunately, we haven't had to do a lot of that in our lives.
Yeah, you always...
Yeah, that's fortunate.
Yeah.
I sometimes forget that my dad worked on cars for a whole ton of his life and taught me like the basics. And so like I'm just like, oh yeah, that's just basic knowledge to do that. But nope, it's not. Like jumping cars, like I always remember.
Yeah, I know how to do that. Yeah. Then I found out like people are like, no, this is how it needs to be plugged in. I'm like, dude, no, you're gonna fry your battery if you do that way.
Yeah.
Like, are you sure? I'm like, I'm pretty sure.
I do know how to do that. I just haven't had to do a lot of that. Okay. So I've been very sheltered and privileged, I'll admit it.
I appreciate it now that my dad taught me to do so much. Like, I can change an oil, I can do brakes and all that. Like, that's nothing. But like, I think the worst we ever had to do was resolder a tail light. So that was fun. So
that's cool though.
Yeah, I'm glad that's the worst I've had to do to get in there. So we replaced a radiator once, but that was like him and his buddy got drunk and did that. I wasn't really a part of that. That was more of just like, just bring it over for the day. We're going to drink some whiskey and we'll get to it. I'm like, sure, okay, sounds good.
So me, on the other hand, I've lost 3 car batteries in 3 years because I refuse to start my car every 2 weeks, and it just dies. And then I'll get a new battery. I'm like, I'll remember this time, and then I'll be like, I'll go a month, and I'm like, surely the new battery can last a month. No, it's dead.
Yeah, no, my truck.
But even after it's dead, you can still charge it.
You can, but they lose their it's diminishing returns, I guess.
Well, it is, but the batteries still last for 7 years. You could get a tiny bit of value.
I'm not going to start my car every 3 days, and that's basically how bad it got.
That's my
weird hill to die.
I have a Chevy S10 that's like my junk what's that place called, dump run truck. Mm-hmm. And so I'll start it once a month if I do, and if I forget a month, sure as shit right now it's completely dead. And I'm well, I can't start it, so I'm not going to get tabs on it. So fuck it.
So I got a plug-in charger, it's like a trickle charger that should be able to keep it good. So
that's a good
that'll
idea.
Work.
I got to get one of those for my generator. My neighbor gave me a ridiculous generator. Like, this thing can power everything in my house and still more.
Like 10,000 or something.
I think it's like 7,000 or something stupid.
That's a lot. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, but I'll sell it to you for like $3,000. I don't need it. I'm like, yeah, cool, okay. If we ever lose power, I'm going to need stuff to run.
Hell
totally.
yeah.
But like,
2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Okay. Let's start with Agent Agnes here.
Oh, me?
So the three of you that aren't Agnes, get the fuck out. Agent Agnes, we cut back to you. You're in this hotel room by yourself, flipping through the diary of Isabel Wheeler. This was found alongside a bronze knife and a bronze bowl.
Yes.
And I think I told you if you're going to spend all day, I'd give you a day and a half to get through everything.
Sounds fair.
So we're going to go off I'm going to give you almost everything, I think, and then we're going to have to roleplay it like you're still doing it all. But eventually you're going to learn all this information, but it's not going to be there at the beginning part, if that makes sense. So I'm going to do the info dump, but you're not going to know all this for another couple days, so it can't be useful until then.
Understood.
So first off, you are going to gain 2 points of unnatural, 2% in unnatural. So go ahead and mark that on your character sheet.
I think I did already.
Okay. The downside of reading all of this is you are going to lose a D6 of sanity. So I'm going to go ahead and roll. Do you want to roll that or you want me to?
You go. I don't have my D6 out.
Okay. So you're going to lose 1 sanity as you read this.
What?
Not bad. And okay, let's get into this. You start to read through this diary, and it is basically an account between 1927 and 1955 of Isabel Wheeler and her life. As we mentioned before, you hear her talk about a woman referred to as the Crone that moved in with her in 1926, and somehow she was able to fix Isabel Wheeler walking. Basically, at one point, overnight, Isabel became infected with an unknown ailment that robbed her of her use of legs, and basically her racked her whole body with spasms and convulsions. And the Crone was able to basically solve this. She has some details that Adele Di Vitellio was basically a seamstress at a nearby sanitarium, but was fired for practicing witchcraft. And she was basically shunned by the town, and but Isabel Wheeler brought her in to help out.
And that is Adele the same person as the Crone?
Yes. Okay. So I'm just going to refer to her as the Crone from now on.
Okay.
Originally, the Crone was brought in as to help re-sew the drapes in all of the rooms, but eventually Wheeler talked about how she started to help her, and then we saw the diary started with her being able to walk for a year. So that was kind of the big thing. And since then, it kind of became you read through the diary, and they basically became inseparable. And you start to see patterns emerge. The house and the Crone, the Crone had powers. The Crone helped recover Isabel Wheeler, and she required certain sacrifices from mainly animals that were used to kind of desecrate or consecrate this house. So yeah, basically they were killing, she was using dogs and cats as sacrificial stuff for this. Odd men would show up with thick Italian accents, and it seemed like the Crone was moving more of her family into the house with Isabel's blessing. And then in 1937, there was a confrontation with Antonio Di Vitellio, which is the man the Crone claimed as her son, where basically he got into it with a guy named Matthew Harrigan, and basically Matthew, who was the son of a wealthy politician in the area, got a mysterious disease and died in 2 weeks later. It was an odd disease where they basically developed rashes. and then became to look like burn marks, which basically burst and bled out. And the only Harrigan who, like, basically it sounds like the town jumped Antonio Di Vitellio, and he was the only one to actually, like, punch him and hit him, but the rest were kind of standing around egging it on. Mm-hmm. He was the only one to die. But each man in the scuffle with Antonio suffered from this disease. And so from that point forward, people left the family alone. And yeah, you kind of just see these things go on, but I'm trying to think of the best way to put this. So the crone eventually took Isabel's pain away, freeing her from the disease that had left her bedridden for nearly a decade.
So, a couple quick questions.
Sure.
The disease that Isabel was suffering from isn't the same disease as the mysterious prisoner. And then the Hell is Me that was written on the wall of the house at the beginning, that was fresh blood, right?
It was dried animal blood.
Okay, but it wasn't from like 19.
No.
Just making sure.
And so, so basically, the crone lived there for 30 years, and they were kind of going through their thing, and whatever she did cured Wheeler, and she was able to walk around the house and go do what she's doing. And then Isabel died eventually, but the crone kind of lived on. In 1940...
Do we know what Isabel just died of? It was old age?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember when she passed away.
Oh, this says 1956?
Yeah, that's what I thought. So,
okay.
Go on. You see that Isabel goes on to detail some sort of ritual that the crone would do. She consecrated Spooner Avenue to some entity called Nyarlathotep. Sorry, Nyarlathotep, also known as the Dark Man. And there was actually a room that was built for these nightly rituals. And for 15 years, these rituals occurred every night of the new moon. And the last thing you have... when did you say she passed away? 1955, right?
1956.
Okay. And so you're just kind of flipping through all of this. And you see one of the last entries... In 1955, you see she writes that the Dark Man came. He opened a book to Isabel Wheeler, and she refused to sign her name within it.
Oh.
The next day, the crone was gone, and Isabel was alone. Soon, she became sick again. This time, and basically, she died a year later after that. And you see her just talking about how she's wasting away, and things are getting worse and worse for her. And that's what you find out. And the other thing that you find, kind of buried in all of this, is there's a ritual in here. Well, technically there's two rituals. There is Convocare el Uno Nero.
And I thought we said no Latin.
That's there's Latin in this, but and as you read it, this is the spell that she used. This is like the ritual that she used to summon the Dark Man. Then there's a one to dismiss the Dark Man. And as you read that, you learn that it must be separate from the summoning ritual, and it must be basically it has to be done on a ground previously consecrated to the Dark Man. So you realize you'd have to do this at the house.
Yeah.
Those present must conduct a human sacrifice using a bronze bowl and a bronze knife.
Oh, dip.
It's going to basically you'd have to, or not necessarily you guys, but the human sacrifice, you're going to have to basically sacrifice a human being. in order to stop. You get the sense that in order to like deconsecrate, you're gonna have to kill somebody.
Yeah, put away the dark man.
Yes.
Put it back in his pocket.
And there are various things that are going to come with that we can get into if that's the route you guys choose to go. Mm-hmm. But, you learn all of that.
That is a lot of info dump.
It is a large info dump.
Yeah.
But I think we'll leave with that last lingering bit as you read because, I mean, it's written in English. She's kind of going through there. That part's not Latin. I think the ritual's in Latin. Let me make sure I got that correct. Yes. I think the ritual, it's a simple ritual, so it's just going to take a little bit of time. But yeah, you guys realize that I think we zone in on that, like maybe we fade out of that little scene where you're looking at that last couple lines and you realize that you guys have to find somebody and you're going to have to kill them to get whatever in this house gone.
Yeah, I think the first thing that she would probably think about is like there was 2 recent murders in the house with knife wounds to the throat, but the blood on the dagger was much older than that.
There was no blood on the dagger. The blood in the bowl was older.
Oh, blood in the bowl was older. Okay, so there's just 2 recent people dying in the house of throat wounds from a dagger that hasn't been. Okay, so but the dagger is completely clean.
Dagger's completely clean.
Supposedly been stored away in this desk. Okay, all right, that's more questions. What a mystery.
So you're not going to know all this till a day and a half later.
Got it.
So just remember that when you're role playing and telling them all this stuff. I think you would probably get up to the point where within a day I could see you probably getting to the before the 19th, like the last couple things. I think that will be that.
Yeah,
so just something to think about. We'll have to. I'm assuming once everything happens with them, we can cut forward a day and a half if needed, or whatever's going to be. But
she'd probably get up to where the people in that scuffle were dying of a mysterious disease.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what you find out.
And a lot of info. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. You want to grab the boys?
I will.
Thank you. The one thing that I wanted to talk about here before we get into it is Agent Duffy, you've been smoking and chewing, and how long did that go for?
I got sleep last night.
Okay.
But I've been chewing my whole life.
No, but yeah, I was trying to remember the willpower damage, because like I think we didn't do it right, where if you use a stimulant, you still take willpower damage. So you stave it off for a D6 worth of time, but I think you also take a D6 worth of willpower damage. Yeah.
Is it the same D6 that you roll for the
No,
amount?
I think you
It's
roll
a different
differently.
D6. Okay, so just roll a D6?
Yeah, well, you would have got some back last night. So what's your willpower at now?
I never lost any so far. So my willpower... It's just my pile, right?
No, willpower should be a separate stat.
Oh, got it, yeah. Willpower points is 14.
Okay, cool, perfect. Okay.
Do you need me to get a D6?
No, you're good. Okay. You're good. I mean, if you didn't lose... Well, I think you slept last night, so you would have regained 1d4. So
okay,
we can just say they will. I'm just saying for going forward,
sure,
something that we got to keep our head on. So okay. You guys hear just the coming from the master bedroom. Duffy, you've picked up this razor that's fallen on the ground. It looks like an old razor. If you guys, you can see it too, Strauss. Mm-hmm. If you guys want to give me like maybe I'm trying to think. I don't think alertness would work here. Maybe a craft or
I got none of
history, maybe.
I got base history.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. It looks old. It looks like an older model razor. But you guys hear the breathing coming from...
Be careful with that.
I think I'm gonna pocket it,
okay,
so it doesn't cut my neck.
Okay.
It's still leaving my dick vulnerable.
You still hear the breathing, and at this point, it's like I need to get an angle into this master bedroom, and if I can't see him, I'm stepping around the corner to see if I can see him, and then stepping into the bedroom. Where
so you shine your light, and you can now you hear it. It sounds like it's coming from the master bath is where you hear most of the breathing.
God. And if we heard him from the other room, he's probably breathing hard. I'm gonna yell out again. Yeah. Emil, are you in there? And go around the corner and aim it into the bath. Yeah, I'm in here. Are you okay? Come out here.
I don't think I can.
I got your 6. We gotta go in.
I'm gonna creep up to the bath. I'm looking left first.
Okay.
Towards the tub.
Okay.
Is he there?
Looks like he's kind of standing in like in front of the mirror. Like you can see his reflection in the mirror.
What does he look okay?
He's like kind of like he's like looking in the mirror himself, and like you can see the reflection with the light, and he doesn't look like he's all there.
Well, I mean, like he's not bloody, he's not bruised. No, he's just standing there. What happened?
Grab him.
We told you to go to the Safeway.
Grab him and pull him out.
I mean, I see if he responds, and then I'm about to grab him.
You guys, I went to the Safeway and I waited, and you guys told me to come back here. And I came.
Which one of us called you?
Duffy. Duffy called. He said to come back, and I did.
I look back at Duffy.
Duffy, are you in the room?
In my mind, I had my left hand on Strauss's right shoulder, like I got your 6 with my gun in my right hand.
Give me a willpower roll. Or I need to give me a power roll.
Power?
My power.
This is... Let me make sure I get the rules right here. Hold on. I need a power test from you.
I have a very high power.
That's fine. So nice. I need a test.
I'm feeling good.
Very nice.
Dude.
67 under 70.
Oh, yes.
Good lord.
Okay.
My attribute next to it is CCC. Calm, cool, and collected at all times.
Nice.
Go.
I love it. What's your alertness score?
Me? 70.
Yeah. 70? Yeah. Okay. Stress. So a couple things are going to happen here.
Oh, God.
Whoa.
Strauss, you're looking at him and you see him kind of standing there, kind of looking at the mirror. He's just breathing, and you notice in his hand, he's got a wood axe in his hand, like a full-blown axe. And you see him start to turn and look at you. He's like, "You told me
the
to
axe
come
down."
back." And I did.
Raise my gun at him.
At the same time, you feel Duffy's hand leave your shoulder. Jim Duffy, you reach down into your pocket, and you grab that razor blade out, and you flick it open.
Okay, it's flicked open.
Flicked open.
I mean, I have no idea he's doing this.
What do? I think you can hear it. You hear like a as this razor blade opens up.
And my hand left your shoulder.
So I've got flashlight and gun aiming at Emil.
Yes.
And then I feel his hand leave, and then I hear that. I'm taking like a quick glance over my shoulder to look at it.
You see Duffy starting to raise the razor up to his neck.
Fuck. Okay, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to put this to a roll, because I got 2 paths of action, and I don't know which one he would do first. Okay. You're lucky. That was an odd roll. So instead of doing something about Emil really quickly, like it looks okay. Yeah. Looking on my shoulder, it looks like he's raising.
You see him, yeah. You see him start to bring the razor up.
With my guns in my right hand, I'm like as quick as I can, like Duffy, and like elbow him in the chest to like knock him back.
You elbow it.
What the hell are you doing?
You see like the razor go clattering against the ground. And then you just hear this, and he just starts running at you with this axe.
God, and then...
What?
Dude, give me a dodge roll.
A dodge roll?
Yes.
It's literally a 50-50 chance. Oh, nope.
Oh, no.
61 over 50.
I rolled a 21 under 30 for this.
Oh,
as he just comes charging at you with this axe.
Fuck.
And sinks it into you for
No.
I always die.
8 points of damage.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay, let me mark this.
Like right in your back, you just feel this sharp pain as this axe just sinks into your back.
7 damage, you said?
8.
8 damage.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'll just do the math.
What's your health at?
It's at 7 now.
Okay, cool.
I have 15 total.
So you guys both turn around and you see him just like pulling the axe back, and he's got this insane look in his eyes.
Fire. Like point blank, like, so I'm thinking, like, I turn to, like, elbow Duffy, get chopped. I'm like panic, turn around and just boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
That's my plan.
Give me the shot. What's your dexterity?
My dexterity is...
Technically, we're probably going into combat here.
My dexterity is 12.
12. What's yours, Mr. Duffy?
It's low. My dex is 10.
Okay. So the order is going to be Strauss, and then Duffy and Emil at the same time.
Do I have control over what I'm doing?
Yes.
Or no?
You snapped out of whatever it was. Him knocking out your hand, like, broke whatever out of you.
So a gun hasn't... wait, sorry. Has a gun fired yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
All right.
I'm bringing up combat rules.
You get one action. You had your gun out, so I'm going to say you have it out. So if you want to, like, unload, just give me a roll. And he's already taken his action, so he's not going to be able to like, you can't dodge out of the way of a gun.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So
So that's where I was going to look. Do I even need to roll it? I mean, I have an 80 firearms. I'm basically...
I mean, because you could crit.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Fair.
So yes, you still have to roll. But you have a very
okay.
good chance of hitting.
Yeah. I'm just bringing up to see.
I don't think, combat's not the thing
unloading.
where, like, you don't have to, so.
Yeah. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, I knew there's a called shot thing. I'm seeing there's like an unload. There doesn't seem to be.
No. Called shot's but I think that's an action to call.
Well, it's on your turn. It's one of the actions you can do. I didn't know if there's like a unload clip action or something. So that's
all right.
But I'm going to fire at him. So let's see this here. What is that? Christ, 84 over 80.
Okay, so you are just spooked by whatever's going on here. Just pow, 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 pow. You hear this from outside. Reflex. What are you going to do? What's your dexterity? I'll get you thrown into this.
Yeah, sure. My dexterity is it's 12. Score 60 times 5.
Okay, yeah, it's 12. So, okay, yeah. So you would be next, technically.
Yeah, I imagine a miss because like he buries into like my left side of my back that had the flashlight, so I'm not like I can't see him very well.
What do you do, Reflex? You hear gunshots come out from this house.
Yeah, so I had I think we had the gear still. Did we have the gear still from his gear, or did we?
Yeah, we haven't given it back. We came back.
So I had out some of the equipment in case the cops came. I was just gonna make a story about I'm doing this. So I immediately just like start running, and as soon as I hear it, and I like once I get around to the Geo Metro, I like throw the equipment near his car, and I just pull out my gun and my flashlight, and I just like
start running,
head in. Yeah.
Okay, Duffy, Emil, what are you doing on your turn? I'm going to say that this was his turn was attacking, so I'm going to give you basically this round. He's not going to do anything. You're coming to. You just snapped out of some sort of fugue state that you had.
Am I aware of what I was doing, or no? I've just come to and I'm on the ground.
Yeah, I think you're just standing there. You're kind of like shaken out of it. You hear, I think maybe the gunshots bring you in.
That's awesome. So my firearms is low, and the cops are already on their way.
Well, you don't know that. They will be shortly.
Right. Yeah, in his head with gunshots, it's only a matter of time. But if the cops find this guy alive in here, he could sell us down the river. With unarmed combat, can I subdue him? Is that extraordinarily dangerous?
There is an option you can try to pin as an attempt to
disarm?
Attempt to demobilize the target.
Yeah, you can try to disarm him.
Yeah, that is. I think that's also an option here.
Yep, I think it's. No, well, I think you could either like shoot it out of his hand, or you would try to do an unarmed combat to rip it out of his hand.
Oh yeah, go like tackle him or something.
Yeah. So.
Read on the situation. Does it look like Levi is taking a step out of the room, or kind of standing his ground?
I mean, it looks like as much as he can, he's turned to like defend himself. It's hard to tell in like the chaos. The light falls down, you know.
And I guess it would be very hard for you to shoot if I'm on top of him.
Yes, but I mean, hey, if you get the axe out of his hands.
I'm going to try to pull Levi out of the room.
Okay. I guess you would probably be grabbing him then, and like pulling him out. Okay, I'm gonna say that you can like grab him and start to pull him backwards towards you guys, like out of the room. I'm fine with that. That's just your action. You guys start moving towards the door.
And I'm gonna be like, he's possessed, we gotta go!
Alright, so we go back at the top with Strauss.
Was he not doing anything?
I'm just gonna say his action that turn was attacking you. I'm gonna count that as his action.
Gotcha. Shit.
But you
Does
see,
it look like does it look like he's gonna come at me?
Yeah, he's still standing there. Just like, he's like, kind of just got it in his hands. And like, as you guys are starting to move backwards, you see him like starting to step and follow you guys.
So I feel Duffy start to pull me back. My back is fucked up.
Yes.
And see murder in this guy's eyes. He just yells, "God damn it, Emil!" And then fires again. That's definitely gonna hit him. That's a 70 under 80.
Perfect. Give me that damage roll.
So I'm trying to find what is the damage for just a handgun.
It's like 1d6 or 1d8.
Yeah, it depends on your gun.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Oh, here we go. Small arms. I mean, it's just a pistol.
Yes, probably 1d6.
It says 1d10.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah, according to the small arms page.
Okay, give me that roll then.
Let's see. Here we go. Is that a 6 or a 9? That is a 9.
Nice.
Okay.
Is that his health?
Where do you shoot him?
I mean, I'm aiming like center mass.
Okay. You just like pop, pop, pop right in the center chest, and you see it hit him, and like he just drops the axe and just crumbles onto the ground, and he's just like, and he's just like shallow breathing there as like blood starts to pool out from his body. What do you guys do? He's essentially at 2 hit points, which means like you're out of combat.
Yeah.
Like you're at 0, you're dead. So 1 or 2, you fall unconscious. So you see him laying there, and he's just like bleeding out. I'm gonna say by this point, Reflex, you get into like you come screaming into the house, and you can hear probably the second round of gunshots. You come running over, and you guys are sitting here in the master bathroom or master bedroom. He's kind of in the doorway, laying on the carpet. Blood is starting to pool out from his body.
If he's
Strauss,
down,
as you come running up, Reflex, you see that Strauss has an axe wound in his back, like just like a big gash, like clothes are torn open, like you see blood starting to run down and stain his stuff.
so I immediately and just like suddenly like grab my jacket off and like it's like, Duffy, help me bandage this up. Like I need to do something to help myself.
Eustace is just like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna grab...
He came at us with an axe.
Acid Reflux came into the room?
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab Reflux. I'm gonna grab Reflux by the shoulder, and I'm gonna tell him to get Levi in the car and go get the car started and get away from here. And I'm gonna shoot Emil in the head.
Ooh. Okay. Oh, you guys all probably should have to. There's a sand roll for violence.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. Let's do that. Let's see here. That would be. Yeah, give me the sand roll for for seeing the violence first for the attack.
I was just reading this. Like the first instance in combat is like.
And if you're good, you don't have to do any of these rolls there. Reflex. What'd you roll there, Duffy?
10 and a 0 is a 100, right?
No, it's a 10. Unless it's 3 zeros is 100.
Oh, it's a 10?
Yeah, that's 10.
Dude,
because the first one is 10, and then the second number is a 0. So
calm, cool, and collected at all times.
It's 0 points. Yeah.
Fuck. Let's go. Out of the box.
Okay. That's out of the box. God damn it. Second time out of the box. Third time's a charm. Hey, that's good. 4.
Perfect.
4 under 54 right now.
Okay, you take no points of sanity.
Okay. Hey, I'm not gonna argue that one.
So
I could say this is killing the innocent, but you know he's not dead. So when Duffy kills him, then I'm going to make him roll for the sanity of murdering him. But yes.
So I just say, okay, I'm going to get Strauss out, but there's the Geo Metro's out there and it's locked. We need to get that car out of here.
You can search. Yeah, if you search his keys, you can find his keys.
That's
perfect.
That's my next move.
Okay,
right, perfect.
All right, so you guys, okay. Reflex, what are you going to take? What are you going to do with Strauss? You guys going to a hospital? You going to try to batch field medic this?
So I get him the car first and foremost because that's a little bit of ways because we parked it far away. So
I would try to be telling him like I'm probably a little delirious, like half held, like just bandage this up. Like I'm grabbing a jacket, anything to like wrap it as tight as possible, so I'm not leaving blood everywhere.
Okay.
I can't have my blood on this scene.
So once we get to the car, I could try first aid. I'm not good at it, but
okay. Well, I think. I'm trying to think how I want to play this out. We got kind of two separate things going on here. Jake, you want to go upstairs? I'm going to play these, and then we'll come back to you. So, you guys get out to the car. You're looking around. Give me an alertness roll.
Me?
Yeah, I'm going to say take a negative 20 because you just got fucking axed.
That is fair. At a negative 20, that fails. 59, over 50 at a negative 20.
All right.
I fail.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are pretty sure no one saw you as you're kind of rushing out of this house. I think you guys are trying to be careful and pay attention, but you guys are still getting there, so.
I'm more concerned with like, God, please don't let me bleed on anything. Got to get into the car and fucking.
Oh, man, you lost half your current HP too, didn't you?
Yeah, and I'm trying to find the rules for that.
You would be stunned, essentially. So I'm fine saying that since the combat just ended, he grabs you and starts dragging you. Like, you kind of start snapping out of it as you get to the car and, like, are thrown in there. Mm-hmm. So we see this kind of go in there. Reflex, you throw him in there. You fumble with the keys, get this thing started, drive away as quickly as possible. Where are you guys heading back to the hotel room? Where are you taking him?
Well, I think I know that Agent Agnes is a decent medic, so I can try to see if she can help.
Do you want to do it at the hotel room, or you want to try to find an off-site location?
No, yeah, off-site.
Meet at Perkins.
There's also the storage. I guess we could use the storage.
I was going to say the storage might be the way to go.
Yeah, there's some supplies there.
Although, the only thing with the storage is, do we have a way of getting to the unit without passing the attendant?
I mean, there's just a lock that you have to have the key or something to get past it.
Okay, but I mean, like, there's not a booth like right by the entrance.
No, the only thing that you saw was like there's like a little shed. I guess not a shed, but like a what's the thing I'm looking for? Almost like a mobile home off to the side.
Gotcha.
So.
I'm making sure with the damage rolls that I'm not mega fucked up right away. Yeah, it looks like I'm just fucked up, but
I mean, I don't know how long the first aid would take, but I could try, but it's
You could try to do your best to get away with it. So, agents who provide their own medical expertise can follow the guidelines from breaking and entering on page 168 to determine to break it into like a veterinarian office or anything if you want to.
Oh man.
So, but that's to get in there. So I'm thinking
it's also during the day, so like it's gonna be occupied.
Yep.
So I think we take him to the storage unit. Okay. And then I would call Agnes to help if I can, if she's available. And then while we're waiting, well, first thing, is there a way that I can attempt to jam any cameras as we enter the storage unit, just to like make sure that like we can't be traced or something?
I don't know if you'd have the equipment.
Yeah, I mean, unless you have like some sort of a signal blocker. I don't know.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't know what's in my like normal kit, because as far as I can tell, the way that inventory works is like if your character would have this, they
roll
have
luck. How about that?
Okay, luck it is. It's 49.
Okay, then you got one.
Sweet.
I'm just like
easy peasy,
breathing hard.
Yeah,
trying not to pass out.
I just like turn this thing on, just to like jam any cameras that are coming through, so that we can't be traced a little bit. And then so I call Agnes. We get in there.
Tell her to bring some first aid.
Yes. So
okay.
We'll
How about you guys go send Jake back down?
Okay.
And then I'll have him bring you other three down, and we'll go that way. Agent Duffy, you see Reflex and Strauss leave kind of hurriedly through the front door after you kind of pulled Reflex aside and told him your plan. You're standing in this master bedroom, And you just see, like, yeah, Emil is just kind of, you know, that blood loss is he's gonna die unless he gets medical treatment. I think as you look around the room, I don't know if maybe you're trying to find something to, like, wrap him up in. You know, there are those tarps in the one kid's room that you could run and grab. But as you're kind of scanning the room to try to see if there's anything immediate that you can do, maybe, like, grab a pillow off and anything, like, soften the shots, but shots already rang out. You don't see the razor that you had.
Okay.
So, so you're standing here, you hear Emil's shallow breathing, just... It's like getting like garglier and garglier as it feels like, you know, blood's getting into his lungs potentially. What do you do? What's this look like?
So after they leave the front door, I kind of imagine it as like we kind of see them like struggling to leave the front door, and they're kind of like walking out the back, and you just hear like a...
Okay. So we see you just, I think we hear that, and then we pull back, and you're gonna... How are you gonna get the body out of here? Are you gonna transport it? I mean, this is a big guy.
Yeah.
He's big man.
I'm a larger retiree myself, so I'm not positive that I can lift him up.
Yeah.
So my strength is 12.
Okay. I'd probably make you roll for it, obviously, but yeah. Like, if you had a strength higher than that, I'd say you could probably drag him, but yeah. I'm probably going to make a roll to see if you can lift him. So your other options would be you could dismember him, but that's going to take a lot of time.
Yeah.
You could leave him here for the cops if the cops are going to show up, would you assume they probably will? You can try to create some sort of a thing that he had I mean, there's an axe laying next to him. You could say that you came here and were doing some sort of research thing. I mean, you could try to come up with some sort of plausible thing with the cops, but they're gonna, you know, that would be you involved with the cops.
Yeah. He is going to go get the tarp in the kids' room.
Okay.
And wrap them in the tarp. Now this is a pretty long shot, and it's kind of gaming the system. Since there was somebody that just moved in, is there anything with wheels on it?
Well, let's do a luck roll. No, there is not.
Okay.
So. Oh shit, we gotta do your cold blood murder sanity roll. Inflicted violence.
Dude, 43 under 51.
So good.
Dude, with these sanity rolls, he's just like...
That was a D10 loss.
Tunnel vision. Holy shit.
So you would lose 1 sanity still for what you have to do. It would have been 7 sanity if you would have failed.
Oh my
so good
gosh.
job.
Okay, let me mark this.
Yeah, let's get that marked down first. No, you go through and you don't see anything with wheels or anything like that.
As fast as I can, with the garage light off, I'm going to go open up the garage door. Well, I'm going to get his keys out of his pocket, if they're in there. I'm going to go into the garage, open up the garage door, pull the Geo Metro in, and close the garage door.
Give me an alertness roll as you walk outside.
Fail.
Yeah, you get out there, you get it pulled up, you're looking around constantly, you don't see anybody on the street. You don't, I think maybe I don't think by now, you hear the sirens yet, but you know, like you got a ticking clock that you got to do. So.
If the car is in there, I'm going to try to drag his body into the car. Because in my mind, I'm not positive what a Geo Metro is, but I think it has a hatch.
I think it does, yeah. So you're going to lay down the back seats and try to stuff him in there?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a strength roll.
Is it strength times 5?
Strength times 5, yes.
47 under 60.
Whew,
dude.
Okay, you get some inhuman strength in here. You got to drag him from the house. Maybe the tarp helps. You can kind of shimmy it along.
Just like dragging the tarp.
I think there's still going to be some blood, like a blood.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, blood.
It's pretty gnarly.
Yeah. You get him into the car. You get the hatchback closed. You open up the front. Give me a luck roll.
Oh my god, 28 under 50.
You open up the garage door and pull out, and you don't see any cops.
Is the garage door... Well, I'm going to close the garage door.
Yeah.
Now, there was no way to produce music or anything, right? There was no, like, CD player or Bluetooth speaker.
I'm sure there's, like, something in his car.
No. In the house.
Oh, I mean, yeah, there's really...
Okay,
yeah.
cool. I mean,
there might have been a stereo system, but no one ever really... Let's roll. Yeah, there is one. I rolled a 20, yeah. So we'll say that there's an old, like, CD player kind of entertainment center in one of the rooms.
So before, like, while I'm getting the tarp and everything,
okay.
I would have liked to turn on
Perfect.
music
That's
and
fine.
just, like, blare, like, crank
Totally
it.
Fine.
Like a kid's party.
Yeah.
And I'll drive away.
Okay. Where are you driving to? Where are you taking it to?
There's a lake in Ellensburg, right?
There's a public lake, yeah. There's one over on the other side of the freeway. I forget what it's called. I think it's like Snake Lake or something like that.
Oh, Snake Lake. I'm going to drive past Snake Lake and see if I can see if there is
There's a river kind of nearby. So outside of Ellensburg, there is... I went hiking over there one time, so I'm just trying to get you the... Yeah, so over on the other side of the town, there's Matten Lake. There is... it's a bunch of kind of little podunk hole ones. There's also the Yakima River runs right by it.
Are there any that I would be able to, like, put a cinder block on a gas pedal and just have it drive into a lake? Or, like, even put it in neutral and have it roll in? Like, I understand it's, like, my first time in the town, so that's kind of a hard question.
Right. I mean, it's 2017, so you could be looking for lakes nearby. I'm going to say you start looking for, like, anything that might... that you could do that to. I'm going to say you find there is a place called Cabin Lake, which is outside of Thorpe. It's like probably going to be a...
Yeah, I would not be afraid to just drive out of town.
Yeah, it's basically, it'd probably be like a half hour outside of town. You can find the directions, and you figure that might be a good enough place. It's out far enough out in the thing. There's just one road that leads in and out, so...
Yeah, I want to dump the car in the middle of the lake.
Okay, so we see you kind of pull up there, get out. Do you wipe it down with your prints and all that?
Yeah, I would take, like, my shirt or something. And, like, I would be extra safe and just, like, wipe everything down.
Okay, you get to that point. We see you kind of pull up there. You find, like, a big rock that you could put onto the thing, put it in drive, and you just send Emil's car just driving forward till it, like, gets into the lake and just kind of keeps going. Then you see it kind of do that thing where it, like, tips, and then you slowly start to see it sink, and you're standing out in the middle of nowhere by yourself with just your cell phone. Your thoughts. What's going through Duffy's head right now?
His wife, his family. He got into Delta Green after a pretty traumatic experience and is pretty much only doing it to protect his loved ones from the things that he knows are out there.
Gotcha.
So in his mind, he knows and he thinks that it's something that he had to do, and it is extremely unfortunate that someone else had to be wrapped up in it, especially knowing that it was his voice on the other end of the line that led him back to the house.
I mean, this thing's been mimicking you, it seems
Yeah.
like it called your family.
Yeah.
It seems like it's calling him.
Yeah. What time of day is it?
I'm gonna say by now it's probably like 2:30, 3 o'clock now.
In the morning.
In the afternoon.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, he's just going to. First of all, he's going to text his wife.
Okay.
The words strawberry, comma, I love you, because that was the
safe
secret code word. And then he's just going to start walking down the road that he drove on. After a while, when he wants to, he's going to call Agnes or Strauss to come pick him up.
Okay.
But for now, he's just going to take some time to be alone with himself.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I like it. I think, yeah. So I think we kind of see that. We see him fade out. We see him send the text, and we just kind of almost like the Incredible Hulk. We just see him start walking down the road, just like dirt path, just trying to center himself and go. I mean, has Duffy had to kill people in the past before?
He's definitely, unfortunately, had to do that.
Yeah.
Like I would say maybe once or twice.
Okay.
Like it's not a super common thing, but it's still just like getting right with yourself. Like he's not necessarily a religious guy, but he definitely believes like in karma. So it's it's getting right with that decision.
Okay, I like it. I think you want to go grab the other guys. We'll cut over to them.
Yeah.
Thank you. Agent Agnes, you're reading this diary.
Mm-hmm.
You get a phone call from Acid Reflux. Bling, 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 bling. I don't know what your ringtone would be.
Yeah.
X-Files.
Okay.
Alright, you pick up.
Oh, yeah. Hello?
Agnes, we need your help at the storage container. Strauss has been hit with an axe. He's bleeding. Can you help us?
What storage container?
The storage container.
The green
storage
box.
unit.
Yeah. For some reason I didn't know. Yeah. What time of day is this?
It's probably about like 3:15ish,
Okay.
3 o'clock.
And then I only got about as far as we
Yeah.
discussed. Okay, cool. She'd probably try to be like, what do you need? Do you need first
Medical
aid?
supplies. We have first aid. We need Strauss needs to be patched up.
Okay, I'll be right there.
Okay.
All right. Do you have medical supplies with you?
I do not. Oh, I think I made 2 characters, and the other one was based off of Scully, and but she would have first aid. Okay, I have 30 in first aid.
Okay. Do you have
so
like
do
a
I.
kit or anything like that?
Probably have like one of those like survival kits for in the car.
Okay, that's fine.
Like water, basic needs, and
Yeah, I think if you're taking their car, the car from Delta Green, we'll just say there's a first aid kit in there. So
yeah, something simple.
yeah, they're used to this shit kind of happening. So you speed on over there, and maybe one of them comes and lets you. Maybe Reflex comes and lets you through, because I'm assuming there's probably only like one key card.
Yeah.
And he takes you to the storage unit and. Laying on top of the coffin. No, I'm joking.
In the coffin.
On top of the child corpse is laying on probably one of the mattresses.
I'm looking it up. There's a sofa bed.
Yeah. So you see Jim Duffy laid out there. Strauss. Sorry. You see Strauss laid out there, probably shirt off. Mm-hmm. You see a nasty gash like in his like upper shoulder blade from an axe wound.
Oh my god.
And you know that it's probably going to require stitches.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get this bad boy antiseptic, stitched up, all that.
Mm-hmm.
And so you start getting to work, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I can do. I also have a 30. I don't know if I can help with myself.
Yeah.
It's having a weird.
All right.
Yeah. So go ahead and give me. I'll say if you are gonna try to help and like hey, like I've done this before, like this, and this. I'll say you can give her like a plus 10%.
Cool. And you would probably see like other scars on him, but this is a pretty
Yeah.
nasty one.
Okay. So
Cuts to a sun tattoo on his back.
Oh, 27 under 40.
Perfect. So
Sweet.
you are able to. We'll say this probably takes like 20 minutes as you're being like you got to clean this guy out with gauze. You're like creating a garbage bag, throwing everything in, and then you start to sew up the best you can. These aren't the nicest marks. It's definitely going to be a gnarly scar, but you're able to get this thing sewed up.
I probably won't be able to use my arm really well for...
Yeah, I'm going to say if you have any unarmed combat, were you right or left-handed?
He's right-handed.
Okay, so I'm assuming, I was kind of imagining this being your right shoulder, because you, like, turned around to knock the thing away.
Yeah, I mean, I guess whichever
So
one.
I'm going to say, like, if you do any unarmed combat, you're going to have a negative 20 until
Perfect.
this thing heals up. That's the only thing.
gotcha.
Let's say for 4 days.
Okay.
I guess while that's happening, I would, I'd be texting I would try to text, I would try to call Jim, and like, what's going on?
You get radio silence for a little bit, and then eventually you would just get a text back from Duffy just telling you, like, near Cabin Lake, come get me.
I think.
And if you look up GPS, you'll see where Cabin Lake is.
Nice. Okay.
Agnes would probably want to know what went.
Yeah. So
down.
what do you guys tell Agnes as you're doing all this?
So I was the one in there. So we went to go give the equipment back to Emil. He wasn't at the Safeway. We found him in the house. Found his car outside the house, found him inside the house.
Oh.
And something happened. He sounded weird. He said we called him and told him to go there. And then when I found him in the bathroom, he had an axe, and he attacked me.
Okay.
And I had to fight back and shoot him. The last we left, he was on the ground. Reflex drove me out of there, and here we are.
You're going to tell him about what happened with Duffy?
Well, we don't know. We just know, like, Duffy said...
Well, you know.
Well, I guess, yeah. I would tell him, like, Duffy said he'd stay back and take care of it.
Well, I'm not talking about the razor blade.
Oh, yeah, you know... I guess if we have the time, I would explain it.
Okay.
I'd be like, at the moment of the attack, I could see behind me, Duffy... Well, we found a straight razor, and he grabbed it, and it looked like he was pulling it up to himself. So I pushed it out of his hands, and then that's when Emil attacked me.
Okay. This is and this all happened at the house, and there was a gunshot.
Yes.
Multiple gunshots, like
So
6. 5 or 6.
Yeah, I'm imagining like it was...
Yeah.
Like I emptied the whole clip overall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like across what, like 10 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and at this point, it's probably like past 4.
No, it's about, like I said, it's probably like 3:15, 3:20.
Oh, I was like travel time plus stitching up time. I was
Yeah. It's probably about 4-ish now.
Okay.
So we need to figure out what's going on.
Agent Agnes is torn because she does have the sheriff's card to contact him. It might be a good idea to call him and tell him that we are well aware and investigating it. Because just like more gunshots.
I don't think we should not tell him that we're investigating this. This is a crime in his town. We need to figure out what happened to Duffy.
He's gonna send more people into that house.
I'm just saying, I think the worst thing we could do is tell the police we're already investigating this. We should not.
Okay.
We do not want to connect ourselves to this if we can help it.
Okay, but he's gonna send people in that house. And that's gonna be
100%.
He's gonna ask about the shot, but we need to have a cover story for sure.
We need to find Duffy. Where did he say he was?
Yeah, the lake, the
Cabin Lake. You get a text from him saying he's near Cabin Lake.
I think it's at
He
this
says, "Come
point.
get me," right?
During the car ride or something, Agnes would want to inform
Are we
these two
Are
of.
we all gonna? So here's my question: because I want to lay low. So are we gonna all go get him? Is one person gonna go get him?
I'll definitely go, and whoever wants to join.
Yeah, I'll join, but I feel like Agent Agnes needs to debrief you guys on what she read in that journal.
Yeah.
Well, so far.
Yeah, so far, right? Because you're not finished.
Not yet. No.
I think while you're sewing up, maybe you could be telling him.
Yeah. Okay. So what she knows so far, and what comes after that, I can tell you guys after. But what she knows at this moment, without being too meta about it, is that basically this was a journal from Isabel Wheeler's life from 1927 to 1957. This is about a year after the crone cured Isabel and she was able to walk. So this is kind of like her journal about her BFF bestie crone nurse lady.
So the nurse is the crone?
Yes, the nurse is the crone. Nurse is like this. Crone is like this witchcraft sorceress lady that is like she has like mysterious powers. So she was able to cure Isabel from her sickness so she could walk. And then
what was her sickness?
We don't know precisely.
It hasn't come up.
No.
But...
and then the Crone's family started to like move into the house, the Wheeler house. just like one by one. Then we kind of started to see patterns of like the crone would sacrifice small animals in rituals. And then,
The bowl.
Yeah, like the bowl and the athame. And then in 1937, Antonio is the crone's son, got into a scuffle with Matt Harrington. And then everyone that was in that scuffle ended up dying of a mysterious disease.
Only one did.
Oh,
Everyone
one?
got the disease, but only one person who actually hit him in the fight died of the disease.
Okay. So it's like burn marks that would just like fill up and then like bleed out. And it was just like weird, and no one really.
And Matt Harrington was who?
The son of the
He was a son of a wealthy businessman.
Yeah, he got into a fight with the crone's son and hit him. And
that was
him.
you say 36?
1937.
Oh, 37. Okay.
And then the crone in 1940, she did a ritual that summoned what is called the Dark Man, and the Dark Man's demon name is Nyarlathotep.
Nyarlathotep?
Oh. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, you guys, give me a sanity roll for that.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Just from hearing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
18 under 54.
Okay, you're good.
Means nothing to me.
We rolled so many 90s in this.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot to
91.
check.
Okay, one useless 1 point sanity.
Okay.
And she's done this.
That's unnatural, so you can't check it.
No, I was thinking about the violence one.
Yeah, that would have been. You would have been suffering violence was one of them.
But I didn't fail the check, so I don't mark it.
So, all right, sorry, go for it, Agnes.
Yeah, and then every 15 years on the new moon, she's done a ritual of like sacrificing a small animal for summoning Dark Man. Oh nope, I wasn't supposed to go that far.
So, no, you're good.
There's
You-
more.
yeah.
Okay, but there's more like that she hasn't read yet. But that's
Yeah, I gave Misha the dump, but her character doesn't know it yet.
Yeah, so we'll do more after that.
Wow.
So I think we end with that, where you learn that this house has been consecrated to the Dark Man.
We definitely need to burn the house down now.
All right. Holy shit. How do you
All right,
even
I guess
fix
we
that?
need to go get Duffy.
Gasoline.
Yeah, we need to talk about this.
I think that's where we end. So.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
(911), what's your emergency?
Yes, hello, I'd like to report a shooting.
Okay.
There's two
Can
men.
you give me the address?
Yes, it's 1206 Pooter Avenue. There are two men. They're getting into a Jeep. One of them looks to be bleeding.
What's the make and model?
Oh, it looks like a Jeep. License plate 872 CB9.
Understood. We'll have officers right on the way. Thank you.
Thank you so much.